I've got to go dig out my utility bill again. Why can't the government introduce surveillance? There's a football in that ditch. Who the bloody hell's playing football out here? We need to talk about digital ID.
This government will make a new free of charge digital ID mandatory for the right to work. Mandatory. You will not be able to work in the United Kingdom. Mandatory. Mandatory. If you do not have mandatory digital ID.
I think it's fair to say the idea has gone down well. Being as every fucker and their dog seems to have made a video about it, I thought that I'd throw my 2 cents in the ring. Right, we'll go through the official video that 10 Downing Street released.
What is a digital ID?
What is digital ID?
My name is Darren Jones, I'm the Chief Secretary to the Prime Minister. A digital ID is an ID on your phone that just proves you are who you are.
Prove you are who you are. You are who you are. Prove you are who you are.
It's free, it's not going to cost you anything. It makes life easier for you if you're of working age and you want to get a job.
If you can't be bothered to dig out a utility bill or your passport, I don't know how you got the job in the first place.
It makes it easier for your boss to be able to comply with the law.
It makes life easier for your boss. Obviously relevant.
We're all pretty used to using these things.
Just because somebody can use a smartphone does not mean that they can use it competently.
93% of the population have got a smartphone now.
I don't know where he's got that number from. I think it's actually it's something more like 80 to 85%, I think. But regardless, let's say it's 93%. He says 93%. Just slow down for the dogs. Cheers. 93% of the population have a smartphone, so 7% of the population do not have a smartphone. Well, straight away, what's 7% of 70 million? That's like 5 million people, isn't it? So, about the population of New Zealand don't have a smartphone in the UK. A lot of people have a smartphone out of necessity. If you've ever worked in an office with people that are, say, 2 generations older than you, 3 generations older than you, you will know that you'll be constantly getting asked, can you help sort this out on my computer? Can you help me with the photocopier? I'm not knocking those people at all. I'm just saying, not everybody who has a smartphone is familiar with using it. They have to use it out of necessity in the society that we have. It's hard enough in this day and age for older people to get a doctor's appointment, filling out forms, waiting for callbacks, dialing 111. This is just going to be another layer of difficulty for them. Let me know in the comments what crop you think this is. I know the answer, I just want to test you.
And when you apply for any new job in the UK already, you have to prove that you have the right to work here. With a digital right to work check, you can do it with your phone, as opposed to having to rummage around for a passport or a utility bill which your employer has to photocopy.
Why are we at the point in society where people can't be bothered to prove that they can work in the country? I really don't know if I've ever heard anyone complain about having to do that. I mean, I've had to do it myself. Yeah, sure, it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but it's not the worst thing in the world, is it? It's not a reason to introduce government surveillance. Let me know in the comments, what crop do you think that one is? I've got to go dig out my utility bill again. Why can't the government introduce surveillance?
So lots of other countries use government digital ID.
By that logic, you could adopt a load of North Korean style laws because they exist in North Korea. Because something exists somewhere else does not mean that it's suitable to introduce here.
In remarkable ways, in remarkable ways, in remarkable ways. You can look at Australia or Denmark or Estonia.
Australia is voluntary in Australia, whereas the UK are talking about it being mandatory.
Mandatory.
Denmark has a population of about, what is it, about 6.5 million? 6 million or something? It's about 1/10 of the UK. But just because it exists in Denmark, it doesn't mean that it's a good thing, and it doesn't mean that the public were happy about it. Oh, this rubbish is still here. Also, Australia, it was only introduced in 2024. Oh, I'm going to come back later and clean that up. Estonia. Estonia have had a digital ID since about around the year 2000, 2001 or something. It was a member of the Soviet Union until 1991. If you're trying to sell the public in a Western democracy, maybe don't cite the country that was a member of a communist state for 5 decades. There wouldn't have been that much revolt against the introduction of an ID system because they would have been so used to the surveillance from the Soviet Union. It's not a very good example to use, is it, really? Really quick, if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button, please hit subscribe and turn that notification bell on. Cheers.
Where it really matters is for people who are trying to work here illegally.
I love that corner.
And for rogue employers who know they're breaking the rules by employing people illegally.
They're just going to carry on and find a new way to bypass it. It's not going to have any effect at all on the people that employ people illegally.
If employers are employing people illegally, we know where to send the enforcement staff.
I really don't think that the introduction of a digital ID system is going to make them start quivering.
You can be reassured that the security and privacy that you're used to will apply as equally to government ID credentials as it does to anything else.
Government data breaches happen all the time. There was one as recent as May 2025. I mean, I don't doubt that it's reasonably secure on the phone end of things, but the chances are that data is going to be stored on cloud storage somewhere.
I mean, anything with a battery and a connection, a remote connection, in any type of way where it reaches the outside of that device is hackable.
You can be reassured.
Hackable.
You can be reassured.
Hackable.
You can be reassured.
Remote connection.
You can be reassured.
Hackable.
Tell me what crop that is in that field there in the comments. But you get it wrong. Quick side point. Fellas, if you're wearing a suit, just leave your smartwatch at home that day. Put a dress watch on with the suit. Put the smartwatch on with your exercise stuff. Time to hear from another Labour MP.
It's going to make it much easier for you to open a bank account, to buy a house, to rent a house, to go through all of those interactions that you have with the government at the moment that are quite complicated and difficult.
It's not difficult and it's not complicated.
You've got to dig around for those utility bills.
Why is it so complicated to go and get a utility bill?
Utility bills.
Utility bill with.
Utility bills.
A utility bill.
Utility bill with.
Got to dig around.
Rummage around.
Dig out.
Got to dig around.
Rummage around.
I've got to go dig out my utility bill again. Why can't the government introduce surveillance?
It's also, by the way, something that is used in almost every other country in Europe.
Irrelevant.
Everywhere I've worked in the past has had a digital ID.
Irrelevant.
Now, I know there's been the petition and I know some people have raised some concerns.
It is a very small step between a digital ID and a social credit system with the British people beholden to a government that has powers beyond your wildest dreams of how you can control the population.
I don't believe that this guy wants to have the digital IDs either, by the way. Look at his face.
Not an infringement on your civil liberties.
He looks like one of those hostage videos where they've been forced to come out and say that the conditions are really good and they're being really well looked after. Kier Starmer's probably said to him, you either come out and back this or I'm going to smear living daylights out of you.
Not an infringement on your civil liberties.
Okay, mate. Well, if you say so, we'll just go with that.
You give way more data away to social media companies, to tech companies.
Yeah, well, it's bad enough that the tech companies have that amount of access as it is. I remember being in Edinburgh once, and I sat down to have a meal at Pizza Express, and I got a notification on my phone from Google asking me, how's the food at Pizza Express?
And it will be making people's lives easier.
Rummage around,
Got to dig around.
Dig out a
utility bill.
It will help us reduce illegal migration.
It's not going to stop the boats coming in.
The digital ID is not mandatory. You're not going to have to carry it around in your pocket.
Hold on a second.
Is not mandatory. Is not mandatory.
We need to be really clear. You must have ID, mandatory digital ID. Really clear.
Is not mandatory.
Mandatory.
Is not mandatory.
Really clear.
Is not mandatory.
Mandatory.
Is not mandatory.
Really clear.
You're not going to have to carry it around in your pocket. No police are going to be inspecting you to make sure you have it. It's
Just look at his facial expression. It's quite obvious that he doesn't personally want to introduce this. He's just been ordered to come out and publicly back it for the sake of Kier.
There's no point people saying to me, why do we need it?
My own opinion, no, I don't think the government should introduce digital ID. I personally don't care if it's a little bit of inconvenience for you to dig out a utility bill.
got to dig around for those utility bills.
Rummage around.
Or your passport. I don't believe the argument that it will make it easier to monitor illegal workers because they're just going to find another way around it. It's not going to stop people coming into the country. People are going to come here illegally anyway. And the people that employ them will just find a system that bypasses this system. There's obviously been loads of YouTubers put videos out about this. The best one that I've seen who can articulate this much better than I can. Fields of pumpkins. Look at them harvesting the pumpkins. It's by a guy called Landeur. I still don't know how to pronounce his name. Landeur. I'll put a link to his video in the description. Big business pumpkins. You wouldn't believe it, but it is. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please hit like, subscribe, turn that notification bell on, and I'll see you in the next one.